man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Let's go! Now look. Check 55. Mike. Damn.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Now a give coming right is Breida. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. That seemed to be linebacking 101 on how to diagnose and stop a run.
And what we're doing nowadays is we're taking those former safeties, those bigger guys, and making them linebackers to utilize their speed. He just made an absolute beeline after he diagnosed that play and ended up making a nice tackle on it.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. They're going to look to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. DeMarcus Lawrence make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Here's Matt Hawk now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Garoppolo. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Well, using Zeke Elliott in the passing game, that's something Cowboy fans are getting used to. Last year, 77 receptions. And you think back to his rookie season, he had 32 and then 26 his second year. But he's really on the uptick.
Here we go. Like 20!
A first down carry by Elliott. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Bobby McCain on the tackle.
Here we go. 180!
2nd and 6. At the Dolphins' 40-yard line.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Off the screen, off the screen. Off the screen, off the screen.
They'll run on first down. Elliott. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe, and he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Dontari Poe in on the stop. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there and swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. What did you see on that one? Rookie mistake or just good defense?
It was a combo play, but the rookie quarterback, he'll take it all on his shoulders, and the frustration level is evident. You can see it with him. You know, if that's a veteran quarterback, he walks off like he just threw a touchdown pass because he doesn't want to show that to the defense. The young guys, they take it more to heart. It's on their sleeve a little bit. He'll learn as he goes along how to hide his emotions.
Elliott on first down, going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Run coverage, excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And it'll bring up third down.
Let's get some penetration here.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for Michael Gallup. Incomplete. Byron Jones on the coverage.
So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Now an open man, that's the tight end Gesicki. It's complete.
Second down. Complete to Mike Gesicki. It's a gain of 8. And it brings up third down.
And the Cowboys here on third down, bringing in an extra defensive back. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's caught by Parker. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. No score after 1. fun on EA Sports. On first down, here's Breida. Oh, look at the juke. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
This is going to sound crazy, but that type of a carry, big-time run, actually brings a high and a low to it. The high, of course, is the run. But the low, he didn't quite get to the end zone, just short of the pylon. What do you think he's doing in the huddle right now? Guaranteed he's lobbying for the football.
They'll set up a throw. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. His first career touchdown pass, and, you know, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. Shrugs him off. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On first down, it's Elliott, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. On second and 12, Garoppolo. His throw incomplete. The Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz, the intended target, and it's third down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Garoppolo now. And that is incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Here comes Grant on the return. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
First down, Miami.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Breida. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
First down, Dolphins.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And the Dolphins first down.
Yeah, 50 for Pittsburgh. Check 55 for the body. And come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle.
Keep playing
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is, and the running back dropped it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And he missed it. It's no good. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The first down run for Elliott will net him about 5 yards. It's 2nd down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Garoppolo to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Now Garoppolo letting one fly deep for Coop. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Cooper was the target there.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down.
Hey, check right, check right. Watching your thighs. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
Back to throw. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He'll drop to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Check. Check.
They'll set up to throw. On the right side, open is Gesicki. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup.
Complete to Mike Gesicki. A gain of 14. 1st down, Dolphins.
Yes, hold on. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Check, 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 check.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Right there in the middle, 55.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield, He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run again with Breida. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And this is caught. It's Cooper. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down gets 3 up to the 28. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Let's go, let's go. Check 3.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
You don't want no problem. You don't want no problem from me.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Come on, set. 18 Dana. Tap. That's a twist right. Anyway, kill.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively brings up 4th down.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Here we go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 17-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
From the 17, Garoppolo. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lamb. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Play action, Garoppolo. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. These Cowboys looking good here at AT&T Stadium. Of course, they were really good in this building last year. 7-1 in their 8 games played at home. The only loss was on a Monday night to Tennessee. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Hey!
What we got? What we got? What we got?
Hey, go, go.
Again, it's Elliott. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he connects with Ertz. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here we go.
Now Elliott. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 8.
14,
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Yo, deuce, hey.
They'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That's one of those interceptions watching from up here. The quarterback wide receiver just looked a little out of sync.
They did look a little out of sync. And, yeah, they're going to examine that when they get to the sidelines, and they'll talk about it throughout next week when they watch the tape. But the guy who's going to be there for him, really in his ear, is his center. Because that's a special relationship for a rookie quarterback. Your center handles your line calls. He gets everyone in the proper position to block. He'll be the first guy back to pick you up after you've been knocked down. And that's the guy you watch the extra film with and try and learn the league.
Caught by the tight end Ertz. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Come on, let's go!
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Draw play, Elliott. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, no doubt here in the 4th quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
Here we go.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Throwing now is Garoppolo. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Elliott. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
So what a let-off there. You figure that was an easy 3 points. Instead, it turns into nothing.
And from that close of range, if you start it left, your goose is cooked. And this thing, well, it never had a chance to straighten itself out.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down.
It's a gain of 10.
First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown of the 2-point conversion. Field goals aren't going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started, nice gain, got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. I'm coming for you.
Looking to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Anthony Brown. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
That's just flat out a terrific play because it's rare that you see a hitch route batted down. That means someone read that one really well and was right on the spot when the ball got to the receiver.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Garoppolo looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now back to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
54.
They'll look to throw here. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
He'll look to throw. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. He'll look to throw. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay.
Keep doing that.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Elliott. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Second and 12, and you have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's into the clear. The 20. Touchdown. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Got to be feeling confident they're going to get off the schneid. An old coach told me he calls this a relief win. 0-3 would have been bad. You get to 1-2, you feel a lot better, don't you?
That is so true, and you feel better about yourself. You think to yourself, okay, we're still in the playoff hunt. We're not out of it at 0-3. But the other part, too, it leads to doubt about your system, leads to doubt about your coaches. They don't have to worry about that now. They can move forward.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Set, ready, fire read. Check, 55 to Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Set,
and they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they will take a knee here.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Cowboys, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Miami, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Tell me what you want, what you need, tell me what you much you wanna give, how much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a